Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, respected viewers. We are once again back with our new episode of Beacon. This month of Jamadi Sani is deeply associated with the great lady Fatima Zahra Salamullah Alaiha, and we are approaching her birth anniversary as well. Hence, our today's topic is feminism from perspective of Western Muslima. On one hand, as Lady Fatima Zahra Salamullah Alaiha is an icon of modesty, chastity, and an ideal for Muslim women. But on the other hand, in several Muslim countries, there is a wave of feminism rapidly growing, specifically in our respected nation of Pakistan as well. Over the last few years, we have seen rallies and a movement by feminists with anti-hijab slogans. To discuss these issues, we have invited a special guest today from UK. She's well-known personality, Rebecca Masterton. Without any exaggeration, we can call her as the leader of converts to Islam in UK. She has authored several books and articles. She teaches in Islamic College of London and has been serving in the Islamic intellectual domain for at least 2 decades now. Sister Rebecca, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to our program. We really feel honored to have you in our program as guest. Hopefully you are doing well.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you so much for inviting me and alhamdulillah.
As you know that our topic today we have to discuss is feminism. When we talk about the term feminism, the very word feminism, it's a bit confusing for us, especially for the youth of today. Those who favor this term or favor this movement, they say that whenever they talk about feminism, it means that they want to have the social, personal, economic equality of both genders. So they say that whenever they talk about feminism or feministic approach, it means that they want to have that every woman of the world must have equal chances to progress and to get education and all the basic rights. It's the basic right, the fundamental rights they are talking about. So what do you think? What's your opinion? Is this definition of feminism correct? Is it true? Or do you think that they have manipulated it? They have misused this term?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Yes, it's a nice idea to, that men and women are equal. Of course, everybody wants all human beings to be equal. We have many inequalities in the world. A lot of those inequalities are inequalities of economy. So we have wealthy upper class women who have more rights than poor, uneducated men. There is a philosopher called Karen Strawn who has given some response to the supposed arguments of feminism. And she has a series of programs that say why she is not a feminist. And in fact, more and more Western women are coming out and stating why they are not feminists. Karen Strawn says that the basis of feminism asserts that men are by default oppressors of women. So the psychological basis for feminism starts off with a premise that is not correct. So this is what Karen Strawn says. She says it is simply not true that all men are oppressors of all women. We can see, for example, when we look at the idea of equality in the workplace, many people have now pointed out that women want equality in the boardroom. They want to be, for example, CEOs or managers. They are competing for the top jobs that they want so-called equality in. But you wouldn't find a woman campaigning to be able to be a road digger, for example. You wouldn't find a woman campaigning for the equal rights to be a garbage collector or, someone working down in the sewers for the city. You wouldn't find a woman competing for that kind of job. You wouldn't find a woman competing to be a miner, going down into mines and digging out minerals, for today's economies. And so, yes, it's a nice idea, ostensibly, that we all want to be equal, but the psychology upon which feminism is based actually sets up an antagonism between men and women. And what that can lead to is what we have today, which is an imbalance where now we have cases, many cases, this is an epidemic which is really arising across the world, of women utilizing men for financial benefits, marrying men on false premises, and then when they want to get the man's money, the man's assets, they make false allegations of domestic violence, and everybody will believe the woman, and the man has no rights in the courts. This is what we're seeing in the Western courts, that a man may have ample evidence that the woman has lied about him and is lying about him, but courts do not admit the man's evidence. And so the woman is able to get the man falsely convicted for crimes he never committed. She's able to get out injunctions to prevent him from seeing his children. She's able to get the sympathy of all of the social services and the police and the media and so on and so forth. And this is what we have today. And many people are not aware of what's going on, but actually the situation today is that families are being destroyed because of this idea that has arisen in the media, which is that women must be automatically believed. This is being fully taken advantage of by women. So we now have in Western countries situations where the man is banned from seeing his children. And actually this means that the children are deprived of their right to have the love and protection of their father. So it's a violation of children's rights. Women are freely and happily violating their own children's rights in order to ban the father from seeing the children, prevent him from seeing the children. And at the same time, the man has to pay maintenance and alimony for those children. So he's paying for children that he never gets to see. And at the same time, the woman will tell the children that your father doesn't want to see you. So the children will be raised believing that their fathers just walked out and they don't care about them. And all this is being supported by 150 years, 200 years of feminist ideology. So yes, outwardly, this is the kind of supposed mission of feminism. But what we see is that this mission has been hijacked by many other agendas that are not getting addressed.
To move to the next question, sister, today Muslim women, even those who are practicing, are getting influenced with feminism, specifically in our country, where they raise slogans like "My body, my will" to promote immodesty and no hijab. How have you witnessed the impact of feminism on Muslim women and families in West or in England where you live?
Well, what women don't realize is that the supposed, okay, yes, there have been cases where, for example, in the West, women did not have the right to vote. We see in the lifetime of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and his holy progeny, that both men and women could give bay'ah to the Holy Prophet. So, in fact, in the time of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, women had rights to express their opinions, to have discussions, about Islam, about issues. There was no prohibition. The women could enter the mosque and attend gatherings. The Holy Prophet, peace be upon him and his holy progeny, encouraged both men and women to get educated. He said it's incumbent upon men and women to become educated. Women were the partners of the early Muslims. I mean, the Muslim women, or women who became Muslim, they were partners of their husbands and their brothers and their uncles in founding Islam as a movement. What we have in the West was that during the 19th century, for example, say in England, no, a woman didn't have rights. If a woman had property of her own, when she got married, that property automatically became the property of her husband. When she got married, she took her husband's name, family name. So she was seen as kind of like the property of her husband. Women did not have the right to vote, but let us not forget that in England as well, men did also not have the right to vote. The only people who had the right to vote in England in the 19th century were the nobility. They were the men of the upper classes. And actually it was the women of the upper classes who started to campaign for the right to vote. But we still see, for example, when England, the British Empire, was colonizing what is now India and Pakistan, well, the English women who were out in India and Pakistan, they had male servants who were waiting on them. And we don't see women objecting to the oppression of their male servants who have no right or who are not getting decent pay for their families. So we have. So I'm kind of scrolling back to bring us back to the point that you're talking about. That and then after the First World War, women were taking part in the economy because so many men who had put themselves on the front line for the sake of the upper classes. So this was a war between upper classes and nobility, but it was the working class men who had to go on the front line and give their lives. And so we had families that were destroyed. There weren't enough men to work in the economy. So women were encouraged to go into the economy and to become a working part of the economy. And that's a very nice idea. The idea that was sold to women was that you have the right, to work in the factories just as much as the men did. You have the right to do all the jobs that the men used to do. And of course, this looks appealing to the women. Of course, women want a certain degree of their own economic autonomy. It's nice to have some of your own income, and women have the right to work in Islam, and they have the right to keep whatever they earn. They don't even have to declare to the husband their earnings. But what we find has gone on in the Western economic program is that women have been duped into going into the economy because the economy wanted their taxes. So the Professor Karen Strawn has said that particularly since the 1970s, economies have done massively well out of women going into underpaid jobs, working long hours for low wages. They have helped to boost the economy. And at the same time, it means that the woman is out of the house. She's not able to see what's going on with her children. She loses that connection with her children forever, pretty much. And then the children, who is raising the children? The media is raising the children. The toxic media with its, all of the ideas that it's putting out there is basically, hijacking the minds of the children. So this kind of slogan, my body, my right, as an example, this is often in relation to the supposed right to have an abortion. So the supposed right, if you get pregnant, you don't want the child, then a woman allegedly has the right to kill the child in her womb because that child is just a part of her body. So when they have the slogan, my right, my body, my right, this is overlooking the rights of the unborn child in your womb. There's a Western feminist, you might want to look her up on YouTube. I'm not sure that YouTube is available in Pakistan, although people use VPNs, as I know, to get access to global media. So there's an English, again, upper middle class feminist from the 1970s who's called Faye Weldon. And she came back to Christianity in the last decade or so. And she now regrets being a feminist. She regrets the influence that she has had over young women. And she says that feminism is for young women. Feminism is something that works for women who don't have parental responsibilities or responsibilities in the home. And she actually admits, as one of the pioneers of feminism in the 1970s, she actually says that at the time when we were campaigning for women's rights, we didn't think about the children. And what has happened in the West and is happening globally is that children are not being raised. Children do not have an emotional connection with their parents. And so what happens is that, okay, that's fine. Put your child in front of the video screen. And this is an actual case I was told about a few years ago. There's a woman who used to be very busy working. So she used to put her child to play video games or on the computer while she was working. This child developed an addiction to video games. And then as the child is growing older, of course, the child has no interest in deen, has no interest in akhlaq, has no interest in education, is flunking his grades at school. And so the mother's like, oh, what can I do? I cannot get my child off this computer game. He's not interacting with family. He's not functioning normally socially. He's failing his exams. And now he's a source of shame for me because he's failing his exams. And it's like, well, you're the one who put him in front of the computer while you were busy working. So there's a lot of false ideas that have been put out there for women that they are falling for. They don't realize the hidden agenda behind it.
Right. West portrays Islam as anti-women religion that restricts freedom and free will of women. Like for divorce, man is the decision maker. Women cannot lead the society or become marja taqleed. Women has to do hijab. She can't leave home without husband's permission. She can't get married without her father's permission. So first of all, have you personally faced such arguments in West as well? And if yes, how have you countered it?
Yeah, so I converted to Islam in 1999. And of course, I was raised in the West and with women passionately believing that they are the most advanced in the world. So when I converted to Islam, and this happens when a lot of Western women convert to Islam, their families and friends and colleagues are so baffled because they think, why would you want to go backwards? So I was seen as a traitor. Even actually by women who I'd never even met, friends of the family who had never even had a conversation with me. They're not interested in listening. This is the irony, because they claim that Islam doesn't give women a voice. But the very women who are in the West who knew about me were not interested in hearing my voice. They didn't want to have a conversation with me and say, why have you come into this path when you supposedly have all of the privileges? What they didn't know was that as a woman, as a girl growing up in the West, in a country that has had massive family breakdown, so due to massive family breakdown and the denigration of the position of father in the West, it means that many children are raised without any strong connection to the father, emotional connection to the father. And so we have a lot of girls who so let's put the boys aside because we're talking about, say, women. You have a lot of girls who are struggling with their identity. They struggle emotionally, psychologically. The father-daughter relationship is of crucial importance in a healthy society. And this has been completely set aside. Fathers are denigrated. They are seen as worthless. They are non-human. And now in the Western countries, 1 in 3 families is a single parent family with the mother raising the families. Yes, there is an argument that the men are failing in their duties, but actually sometimes when you scratch the surface, you see that the man isn't failing in his duties. What has happened is that the man has been driven out of the family unit. So often men are driven out, not always, but often men are driven out of the family unit. The woman ends up being a single parent family. Girls are being raised having absolutely no idea how to be a wife, how to be a companion, how to have a family. They don't know this anymore. They don't have that knowledge anymore. And so then the girl goes into the society. She's going into the work environment where she gets harassed by male bosses. As a woman in this society, you get harassed on the street. I mean, I know that in Eastern countries are kind of notorious for men harassing women. Well, the same happens in Western countries. Young girls get harassed on public transport, in the street. They get harassed at work. They get bullied at work. And you have because of the society, it's not like your male family members are going to turn up at work and tell your boss to stop harassing you. And that's not how it works here. As a woman, you have to just fend for yourself, basically. And so, of course, men take advantage of that and abuse that. So I came into Islam because I learned more about women's rights, the woman's right to dignity in Islam, than I did in my own culture. And in the Western cultures, women are encouraged to exploit themselves. You are from the age of 12. I mean, I've heard it's younger now. From the age of 10, the media is teaching girls that be free, show your body, be visually available to any man. Any man can look at you and utilize you and exploit you. And they're told that if you exploit yourself, this is another con. If you exploit yourself, you're going to get love. You're going to get adoration. You're going to get fame. You're going to get a handsome husband who's going to be, worshipping the ground you walk on. You're going to have, the world in the palm of your hand if you just exploit yourself. And I am aware that in Pakistan, I was quite shocked to see there are some of these kind of so-called talent shows going on where young girls are dancing in provocative ways in front of a baying crowd that's encouraging these girls to exploit themselves. And of course, she doesn't know what she's doing. She's just a girl, but she's getting approval for putting herself on display for a bunch of men who are just, what right does that man have to look at you? So girls are being encouraged. They're being groomed to become nothing but products for an entertainment industry. Who's making most of the money out of the entertainment industry? It's men. So Islam teaches a woman to cover yourself because any man does not have a right to look at you. You have a right to say no to a man's exploitation of you. So I would appeal to any girl that is watching this, do not be fooled by the messages that are going out in the media, that these women who you see in Hollywood, who you see in the United States, in America, who work in the entertainment industry, who are singers, who are, if you analyze their videos closely, you will see there's a lot of satanic imagery in those videos. A lot of these women have literally sold their soul for money and fame, and they are leading girls down this path. You're not going to be like this woman, a wealthy pop. This is a minority of women who are at the top, who are making all the money. The majority of girls who are going to be copying these women are just going to be, they're just going to be seen as cheap and an easy fodder for exploitation. So Islam teaches you dignity, it teaches you rights. If a man is interested in you, he has to marry you, he has to approach you in the correct way. He cannot just, you're not just available for any man to just contact you and mess you around. I know that in reality it goes on when men are not abiding by the proper Islamic etiquettes, but you're not taught that in the West. In the West, a woman is just there for any man to exploit and utilize as he pleases. And that is what is going on, especially with girls in their teens.
But sister, when Islam is very firm on this, then why women in both West and East, like in Pakistan and even in Iran, getting attracted towards feminism? So do you consider media, specifically movies, dramas, and social media as well, that they have played a big role in changing the thinking and orientation of Muslim women towards liberalism?
100%. I mean, you have to look at who is behind the media. So, I mean, there's basically been a mission by the West since the West was occupying Muslim countries. There's been a mission to take control of those countries, to take control of their economies, and to undermine the strength of that society, to weaken that society. And one way into that, into weakening Muslim societies, is to target the women. So even in the 19th century, supposed British, English feminists were talking about Muslim women in hijab. This was going on in the late 19th century. In Egypt, there was a campaign to supposedly liberate women from having to wear the scarf. But at the same time, what Britain was doing was closing down access for Muslim women to gain education. Britain limited opportunities for Muslim women in West Africa to get an education. They altered the educational structure to make it more difficult for women to get educated. They did this in Egypt, and they did this in Turkey as well. I mean, we see that this campaign is still going on in Turkey through the media. If you look at kind of like the pop videos that are going out, I mean, Turkey's been on the receiving end. I know that so many people in Pakistan have fallen in love with this series, Dirilish Ertuğrul, and that is because of the traditional values that it has espoused, throughout that series. It's been massively popular in Pakistan, and I've also seen it myself, and it's wonderful how it does promote, these beautiful traditional values of the family and of bravery and of standing up to oppression. But at the same time, Turkey is on the receiving end of the entertainment industry. That I have personally seen a video that was going out that is directly targeting Muslim families. It was a pop video by a Turkish girl that is encouraging girls to imitate Western female pop artists, and that is actually making the Muslim Turkish family look like a source of oppression. This video was highly disturbing. It's literally telling Turkish girls, get rid of your family, walk away from your family so that you can be like a Western female pop star. This was the direct message that was going out. So there is a direct mission to undermine the family. And what happens with that is that then you lose your tradition, you lose your sense of identity, you lose your heritage. And what then happens is that you enable corporations, massively wealthy, multi-million-dollar Western corporations, to move in and take control of your country. This is what's happening at the moment. Multi-million, billion-dollar corporations, they have total control of Africa. They have control of the Middle East. We can see Iraq is a wreck. Syria is a wreck. And they have control, obviously they're competing for control of the economy in Central Asia and Pakistan as well. So this is all part of a wider game. Women are just pawns in other people's, geopolitical games, basically. This is what we have to realize.
So, sister, would you agree that one of the root causes for our women's inclination towards feminism is we Shias? And all Muslims have done a big mistake by not introducing the various dimensions of the character of the great ladies of Islam, and specifically Lady Fatima Zahra Salamullah Alaiha, due to which our women have made other women as their role models and they try to follow them.
It's partly that, in that young people are not being educated in the mission of the women, the early Muslim women in the movement of Islam. That's one thing. And not only that, they're not really being taught about not just Islamic values, but also the texts. We have people who are not reading the hadith collections. They don't read the Quran. They don't read the hadith. They don't know about the teachings of the Holy Prophet and the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Another problem that we have, that we really need to address, is corruption. The youth are seeing corruption in their countries. We have massive financial corruption going on in Muslim countries. We have networks of corruption that are going on, and the youth are not being practically empowered politically and economically. So when they see Islam, what they see with regard to Islam is a culture. They see everybody coming out in Muharram, everyone doing their matam and reciting their poetry and crying, but they don't see a program for how today's problems are going to be addressed. And yes, the rights that women have in Islam are not being upheld, and so this issue is also not being addressed. We have to have a means by which both men and women can come forward and deal with the corruption that is going on in the higher echelons of the society. This is the thing that drives people away from deen, from the religion the most. It's when they see that supposedly religious people themselves are not dealing with the issues at hand. And if we don't, if supposedly religious people do not take steps to practically deal with the issues at hand, then people are just going to go somewhere else to try to find solutions for their problems. We have a lot of ideological debates about Islam. We have a lot of Sunni Shia debates. We have a lot of debates about history, but we don't have practical discussions on the fact that, United States and Britain want to get control of the pipelines running through Central Asia. This is why they're stirring up conflict and war in Afghanistan. This is why we have conflict and war in Syria. The conflict in Syria has been planned since the 1950s. It's not something new. So what is actually, while we are all busy kind of occupied with intra-religious debates and kind of yelling on TV and yelling into our microphones, and even having demonstrations, Western powers are sitting back coolly with their just watching. Yeah, carry on. We're just going to go around the back and take control of all of your resources. This is what is actually happening. We need to wake up. How, billions of dollars went missing in Iraq. Iraq was given billions of dollars to supposedly rebuild after it was all destroyed in 2003. Those billions of dollars went missing. Is anyone doing anything about that? We have widows in Iraq whose husbands have died giving their lives to try to defeat Daesh, And those widows are living in absolute destitution. Is anything being done about that? No. People go for their ziyarah and they feel great for doing their ziyarah in Karbala every year. But the women and children who are not getting educated and are going hungry, nothing is being done about that. So the more educated youth are seeing that, well, these supposedly religious people, what are they doing about today's issues? So we really have to step up. We have to step up. Otherwise, we're just going to see, we're going to see our societies collapsing as they are. They're starting to collapse. We're going to continue to see that collapse happening if we don't wake up to what is actually going on.
Though it's a very interesting discussion we are going on, but because we are running short of time, so my last question would be, what are those essential dimensions of Lady Fatima's life and character which our women should specifically focus upon so that they remain safe from the dangers of feminism?
Yes, so it's not easy to adhere to the values of the women of the Holy Prophet's household, peace be upon them, and when we think about Fatima Zahra, salam alayha, again, at this time of year, we have majalis, we are crying, we are remembering how she was oppressed and how she was ultimately let down. I think this is one thing that we should remember as well. Of course, she was targeted, she was attacked, she was marginalized by certain people in the society at the time. But let us not also forget that her supposed supporters remained silent. They remained silent and watched her being attacked and oppressed. They stood by and did nothing. And this is what is actually a more important point, is that why do people remain silent in the face of corruption? As an example, again, this year in Iraq, we have a record 16 million people visiting the Haram of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. That's 16 million lovers of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Well, that 16 million is the population of certain countries around the world. I think it's almost double. I could be wrong. I think it's almost double the population of Israel. If we compare the political influence of Israel as a country, of course they are massively backed up, but they have worked on getting that support. Look at the political influence that Israel has across the world. What influence does that 16 million people going to Karbala to visit the son of Lady Fatima Zahra? What political influence do those 16 million people have in the world? We barely see this ziyarah to Karbala being reported on global news. It's not of any particular interest, and that's because, again, we have lost our intelligentsia. We don't have a particular Shia intelligentsia that is that is engaging with Western thinkers or global thinkers. There's no particular global movement to address the challenges that the West is putting to Muslim countries. Fatima Zahra salam alayha, she wasn't just an oppressed daughter of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and his holy progeny, but she was in the midst of politics. Yes, she had very good hijab. Yes, she was a very good wife. Yes, she was an ascetic. She gave everything away. She lived a simple life. She wasn't seeking fame. She didn't exploit herself in exchange for money or a position or status. She remained, very importantly, loyal to her father, loyal to her husband. She made sacrifices. She sacrificed herself for a greater cause. Nowadays, a lot of women, they don't really want to make that sacrifice. They want to have the nice lifestyle. In fact, they will sacrifice their values in order to have social status and a nice material lifestyle. They won't sacrifice themselves for higher values in today's society. And again, Mecca and Medina, they were not perfect societies. It's not like there wasn't indecency in Mecca and Medina as well. So we are surrounded by indecency today. We're surrounded by moral corruption. But the women of the Ahl Bayt alayhim salam, it's not just they, wore their hijab, but they wore that hijab with awareness, exact awareness of what they were doing. And they also understood that what they do today is going to have an impact on generations to come. And this is what women should also be aware of. What we do today is going to have an impact upon our children, upon their children, and so on and so forth. So anything you do today is going to have an impact upon the future, inshallah. And that's what we should be aware of.
Thank you very much, Sister Rebecca. We have learned a lot from your deeper insight. Thank you very much for your precious time. We really feel honored to have you in our program today as a guest. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you. Jazakallah khair.
Respected viewers, we have discussed with Sister Rebecca, who comes from a Western background but has accepted Islam as a true religion after understanding Islam, a religion that has responded to her inquisitiveness of truth. She says feminism is not the path for Muslim women, as it takes away the real privilege, dignity, honor which Allah has granted to women, and also presents such women in Quran with their esteemed status. Our women need to think whether they would like to be counted with Lady Maryam, Lady Asiya, Lady Khadija, and Lady Fatima az-Zahra, or would like to spot it as a celebrity with likes and comments on social media. Our respected sisters, mothers, and daughters should also remember, if you follow the path of feminism, then for sure you're leaving the path of Lady Zahra salamullah alayha, which means this would have similar impact on your generations, and you will be eventually responsible for corruption in society, which Allah says is always bought by the hands of human beings who are the children of mothers. We hope you have benefited a lot from our discussions today, and inshallah we'll back with more such topics. Keep watching Beacon and subscribe to Bethat News. Allah Hafiz.